Alright. Okay. Marin here. Just lost losers finals. Alright, so we've got CAPeM and Umarth. And just like in the set versus Bobo Big Dog, Colin is opting to go Falco instead of his usual Mario. Now my guess as to why he decided to do that character switch is that he's confident that if he tries this out and loses Grand set 1, he can switch to his Mario and still win the tournament. So he's going to use this opportunity of being winner's side Grand Finals to maybe collect some data, but mostly work on his Falco and see how his Falco does against Umarth. So far, not doing so bad. Took the first stock. So this is the classic melee matchup, and as I said earlier, Umarth's punish game on space animals and just fast fallers in general is really polished because he has so much melee experience. And I'd say in SLO, his punish game on spacies, as you can see right there by the amount of regrabs that he's getting, is just the best. Really, really good. It's a creative combo there using Dare on stage. That's something that I can almost guarantee he wouldn't do in Melee, but because there's less end lag on the Dare in PM, he's capable of doing that with little consequences if he misses. That forward smash is probably going to seal the stock. Oh, no. Good recovery from CAPeM. Uh-oh, that's a flub, and Umar's definitely going to take full advantage of that. There's no way he's not going to grab that ledge. Honestly, CAPeM's Falco, it looked pretty solid today. It looked like he had to acclimate a bit against Ian's Falcon, where he lost that first game, but then after that, it looked like it was doing pretty well. But unfortunately, Umar is a completely different animal from Ian, and Umar's Marth punishes Spacies so hard. So yeah, we have Umarth in a firm lead, and in this matchup with the Falco, that's pretty much what I would expect. It's still very doable though. As I'm sure you guys know, Falco has one of the most explosive and well hashed out combo games in the game. People have been figuring out Falco's combo game for like 14 years. Actually, I think the anniversary of Melee is today, so 14 years to the day, people have been doing crazy shit with Falco. So it's always doable for the comeback, but as we see there, a nice drop down dare, a rising dare to seal that, and that is the first game to Marth. Okay. I'm gonna make the distinction. Umarth coming from loser side, CAPeM in the winner side of Grand Finals. And this is set 1. Alright, actually, so instead of doing the full set with Falco, he decided to just do game 1. See it? He decided to just go game 1, and instead he's going straight for that Mario. And this is the Mario that has been the bane of Umar's existence for a long time in this community. Before today, he was 9-0 in games against the Mario. Today, he finally took a game. He lost the winner's final set 3-1 against CAPeM. That's really good, and for those of you that were watching during my loser's final set and my winner's semi-set against Umar, you'll notice that that's something that he does a lot, which is using the DI mix-up between forward throw and back throw for Marth to mix up his opponent if they DI wrong, you get a tip or F smash. But if it's definitely a gamble, because if you DI correctly, then Marth gets no follow-up whatsoever. But the good thing about it is that, say your opponent's at high percent, and you have them right by the ledge, you could forward throw, and even if they DI correctly, they're still going to be in a bad position because they're so close to the ledge. So it's a really good option for Marth, and we'll see how much he employs it against Mario. Now, I don't have too much experience in this matchup, but I've seen them play this a lot, and that was a really good edge guard there by CAPeM. Something that is really important about this matchup is each character's ability to edge guard one another, and Marth struggles a lot, I think, in this matchup, or at least Umarth struggles a lot against CAPeM in securely edge guarding Mario, because Mario does have a lot of mix-ups for his recovery. As you see there, there's a lot of spot dodges going on, and that's something that you'll see a lot due to the fact that both characters just have so much going for them off of grab, and both of them know that they're going to be fishing for grabs. So both of them are going to be spot dodging and going into kind of a grab war, and whoever gets the grab is going to get probably a nice punish off of it. Unfortunately, CAPeM kind of got edge guarded / SD'd there at very low percent, so he's losing this game now. But if we've seen anything from him in the past, it's that this is definitely not an insurmountable lead. And even though he's down basically a full stock, just like that one well-placed down smash, and he's definitely in this game again. But this is a very scary situation to be in, which is you're back to the wall against Umar's Marth. And he's very good at punishing people when you're in that position, when you're cornered. He's a very cerebral player, and he's honed his punish game a lot. And if you make adjustments, you can be sure that he's probably going to make adjustments too. So Umar has a great opportunity here to go 2-up in the set. 2-0 up. But we'll see if CAPeM can secure this game after that unfortunate SD. Because if he hadn't SD'd, the game would be maybe in his favor, honestly. Okay, so doesn't sweet spot the recovery there, and as a result, Umar goes up 2-0 in the first set of Grand Finals. And this is the most games that Umar has ever taken off of Colin in tournament, like by far. Previous to today, he had never taken a tournament game, or at least in recent memory, he had never taken a tournament game. And now he's up 2-0 in Grand Finals, so it's looking pretty good. And I guarantee we're not going to see a switch away from the Mario for the rest of this set, and if there's another set, if he can't do the reverse 3-0 here, and we go to Grand Final set 2, he's going to go all Mario. So, I hope you guys are enjoying high-level, good PM play between two of SLO's finest. Unfortunately, one of our best players, if not the best player, Tiger, his tag is Stars. He's an amazing NES player, but he's often busy, so he was able to enter doubles today, but not singles. He and I took first in doubles. We only dropped a game. So I was pretty happy about that. I got third in singles and first in teams. So we've got CAPeM up pretty solid margin right now. That fireball was very well placed, and that's going to seal the stock for him. That's something that Mario has going for him in this matchup, is the ability to use his projectile to limit the way in which Marth recovers. Like, he cuts off his options. He can only recover to certain spots because of the fireball. Ooh, so he got the spike hitbox on that instead of the one that pops you up for the kill. I'm not sure if that was intentional, because it's possible that he knew at that percent it wouldn't kill, so he opted to send him down to hopefully extend the combo, but it also could have just been a flub on CAPeM's part. Ooh, that was a weird whiffed grab because of the way the Marth's hurtbox extended from the down tilt. Now, I think this matchup, from what I've noticed, is very, like, footsies oriented in neutral, and it's a lot of, like, them trying to grab each other. And as I said before, whoever gets the grab gets a big punish off of it. So, yeah, it's a lot of footsies in neutral, seeing who can get the advantage by just moving well. And that entails dash dancing to control space, which is something that Marth is really good at. Dash dancing to control space to make your opponent feel like they don't have anywhere to go. And eventually when you get your opponent into the corner, like Umar does so well, they are pretty often they'll throw out an attack, and then you can just whiff punish them, bait and punish it. And that's something Umar excels at, and it's something that's really important in this matchup, is the two of them just wave dashing and dash dancing well, and playing high-level footsies in neutral, and whoever does that better is going to win neutral, and by winning neutral, they get punish opportunities. And these two characters punish each other pretty well. And I think these two have played enough that their punish games against each other are pretty hashed out. And they also know the tendencies of each other and what to expect. For instance, Umar loves going for that DI mix-up on throws, and that's something that Colin and I, CAPeM and I are very well aware of at this point. But it's a very good option, a really good mix-up, so even just being aware of it isn't enough. You're still going to get caught by it sometimes. So now that CAPeM has taken a game on Green Hill, we're going to see Umarth counterpick to Final Destination. This is where I've counterpicked Umarth to, actually, in the past, but after today I'm starting to rethink it, because I think it's actually a pretty good Marth stage. My thought process was he wouldn't have any platforms to do follow-ups on me, but the other problem with that, with my logic, is that even without platforms, that just gives Marth the opportunity to keep juggling you uninhibited, because you don't have any platforms to tech on and escape to. So I think in future sets with Umar, I might not go to Final Destination anymore, but we'll see. I'm going to have to think about it and kind of theory craft the matchup. That's one of the cool things about PM, is that you kind of have to do the matchup theory crafting yourself, because there isn't an established meta, or at least not a very well established meta for a lot of these characters and a lot of these matchups. And while I was blabbering on about that, Umar got a really nice kill where he pretty much covered all his options with down smash, which is something that he's been doing a lot. I've definitely noticed it more so lately, and it's a really good option. Something else that you'll notice Umar doing that's really good is just faring through fireballs, and it's actually a really good option, because Marth's fair is fast enough to where you can fair through a fireball during your short hop, and then actually go and hit Mario with it and start your combo. And I've tried to do fair with Ivysaur to do more or less the same thing, but the problem with it is that Ivysaur's fair is a lot slower, so it's harder to cover that fireball from Mario, whereas Marth is very fast, so he can do it. Now, Umar has used his counterpick really well, and has had some really good combos that I think typically CAPeM would have escaped the combos by landing on a platform. But instead, he just keeps getting juggled and juggled, and it worked out for him there, but I don't think he should have used his double jump that quickly, because if he happens to get nicked by pretty much anything that Umar throws out, he would get comboed a lot without his double jump. That's something that I try to do against Umar, is not lose my double jump until I absolutely have to use it. And it's something that I still need to work on. That was a really good cape. Basically being able to get himself out of a high pressure situation by just turning Marth around. Ooh. I think, honestly, that was an F-smash opportunity, but I can understand his hesitation, because he would get whiff punished pretty hard if he did miss the F-smash. So one thing that you'll notice about Umarth that I've said in previous sets is that he's a very patient and methodical player. So you'll see that he's not afraid to take you to like 170 or even 200%, as long as he keeps doing safe options and then nets the kill. And I think he has the perfect mindset as a Marth player, because Marth has that problem where he doesn't have a safe kill option until really high percent like that if you don't kill with one of your guaranteed setups before like 120. So between like 120 and like 170, Marth definitely has a problem killing, but Umar, being a very patient and safe player, will just... It seems like it doesn't really bother him as it would some players. He just keeps going through that percent range until he can finally kill you with a stray hit at like 200%. That was another really good down smash for option coverage from Umar, because it covered, I think, tech in place, miss tech, and tech roll away. So 3 options with just 1 move, which is pretty good. But yeah, you're seeing again here, just like last time, that CAPeM's Mario has been living to really high percent because there haven't been any guaranteed kill setups. But at this point, stray hits are just going to do it almost. Like that. That fair? Yeah. So 200%. And that's what I was talking about before, where he does a really good job of being safe that way. So actually, we just had a bracket reset, which is really good for Umar. I'm happy for him, because in the past he's definitely struggled a lot with that Mario. And he won Melee today, so we'll see if in Grand Final Set 2 he can be our champ for both games.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so both players now in loser's bracket. Let me update this real quick. Grand Finals, Set 2. Cool. I'm the only one watching Grand Finals right now. I was a little disappointed with the turnout today. Only a 16-man bracket. I wish it was a lot more. That way I could prove myself in front of a... I could have more bracket matches, learn more about the game, and show that I'm one of the top players in SLO. But, oh well. 16-man bracket. Could have been worse. I think that was jab down smash. Very good option. More so than in Melee, although I think it's a thing in Melee if you don't crouch cancel, according to CAPeM, when I talked to him about it earlier. Both of them extremely good players. Obviously, as you guys saw, double eliminated. I got double eliminated by Umarth today, and then played these guys, or CAPeM rather, in doubles winners finals and grand finals, where Tiger and I were able to beat them. Ooh, good F tilt there. Clanking, or not, yeah, I guess clanking, but still going through the fireball and then netting the kill. Very safe, good option. Forward smash, I think, in Umar's mind would have been a bit too big of a commitment. So F tilt at that percent would still get the job done, but with less lag if it whiffed. So I think that was a good option. This is a really close game, and you know, we'll have to see if maybe it's in CAPeM's head a little bit that he just lost Grand Finals. I mean, granted that one of the games was with his Falco, but no, he lost 2 other games to Umarth with his Mario. So, you know, oh, that was a very good tech. Would have been certain death otherwise. So we'll see if maybe Umarth is really figuring out the matchup now. And yeah, it should be a really interesting set. That was a great fair. Gives him the slight advantage, and I think this is like a really, really important part about competitive Smash, is what you do with this situation if you're CAPeM. How much extra credit can you build? If the other player starts fishing for the kill because they're nervous about getting having more percent tacked onto them, then oftentimes you can notice that they're doing unsafe things and potentially even take another stock off of it. And those are the moments, I think, that separate good players from just regular players, is how well you're able to deal with those kind of situations and how well you're able to think about them. That was really good coverage by CAPeM, using the fireball to restrict the spot that Umarth had to recover to, and then having the cape ready just in case he got up there, because then it just would have turned him around and killed him. Now, you'll notice that a lot of the times when Umarth throws CAPeM, there aren't any grab follow-ups happening, and it's not that he's doing anything wrong, it's that CAPeM is doing something right, in that he is DIing exactly the correct way on these throws. And as I said before, it's a mix-up, so it's somewhat of a guessing game between the two players. And one of the benefits of playing the same people in the same community is that you tend to pick up on their tendencies of when they do certain things and when they, if it's a mix-up, when they do the other thing. So, as I said before, what you do with this, the extra credit situation, is imperative in a match. So, if Umarth can't get this kill quickly, then we might even see another full stock taken by CAPeM to win the game. Oh, yep. That's something that you see kind of popularized by PPMD against Armada in that matchup. The side B to up tilt, which is a great kill setup if you don't DI out. But then the solid fair sealed it, and after the first game of Grand Final Set 2, we have CAPeM up 1-0.
2, 1, go!
Alright, so we saw this counterpick work out really well for reasons I discussed earlier. And it makes sense that Umarth would want to go back here again and hopefully do the same thing and win game 2. Ooh, I think that fireball reset. He didn't get anything off of it, but it was really good. Alright, so that was just a really solid stock altogether by CAPeM. As I said before, these are pretty high-level footsies between the two players. You'll see Umarth do that a lot. Empty hop, or sometimes empty hop, and then sometimes throw out a fair if he feels that it's safe. And it's really hard to punish, actually. It's a really good option, and Umarth uses it a lot in order to get his combo started. And depending on the percent, he either tippers it or decides not to tipper it. At earlier percent, tipper is definitely the one that gets the combo started. But on like floatier characters at higher percents, tipper is going to send too far away. Alright, so... Oh yeah, you see there again how the fireball restricted the avenue of access for Umarth to recover. And it netted CAPeM a really solid kill. I think a big part of the Mario matchup for just every character in general is seeing how well you're able to deal with fireballs. And I think, oh, that was great. Good job on that cape. And I think Umarth in general has figured out the fireball situation really well. He found out his solution to it, which is just to fair through them. And that works really well a lot of the time, as you see right there. It netted him a kill, so good stuff. Yeah, he tried to go for the up tilt there, but at 55, that's high enough percent for a character as floaty as Mario to get out of that. If it were a spacey, it would have been a different story, and I guarantee Umarth wouldn't have dropped the combo because he's so familiar with comboing spaceys. Maybe hasn't quite honed his punish game on Mario, but there was nothing guaranteed about that situation, so it makes sense that he couldn't get anything off of it. Now, this, I think, is a really pivotal moment for the set. There's a huge difference, last stock situation, between 1-1
and 2-0. Oh, man. That might have been the game if he had landed that grab, but just a little bit too far for Mario's little arms to reach. He does not have the Marth magnet hands grab range, that's for sure. Oh, man. Oh, man, this is really tense. That was a good down smash attempt. I respect it, and even though it missed, there was no punish. Ooh, kind of fishing a little bit there, or maybe it was a misinput going for the F smash. I don't agree with the decision. If it was not a misinput, trying to go for the cape. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I am corrected because, well, no, I still stand by what I said. In the first situation, it wasn't a good idea, but in that situation, it was a good idea. So that's 2-0 for CAPeM. And as I said before, huge difference between 1-1 and 2-0. This gives CAPeM a pretty big advantage, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a 3-0. But Umar has been playing really well, and it seems that he's figuring out the matchups, so I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw a really close set, even though it's 2-0. And honestly, it has been a pretty close set, despite what the score would say. Umar does a really good job of that. What I mean is that if he knows that you're going to try to grab, he just short hops over it. He has a read on when people are going to try to grab him, and as a result, he just short hops over, and then he punishes you for it. Ooh, this is a scary situation. Okay. Oh no. Oh, man, he was able to escape the combo, but didn't get back on stage, which is really unfortunate. And CAPeM's getting a bit frustrated with himself right now. Hopefully he can keep it together because he has to remember that he still has the set advantage. Even if he loses this game, he'll be able to try to counterpick 2 times after this. Oh man. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier of FD being a pretty good counterpick, I think, for Marth. And I'm going to have to reevaluate if I ever want to take Marth to FD. Because granted, like, you know, there's the kind of stigma about taking Marth to FD, but that's, at least in my opinion, mostly something that fast followers need to avoid because he can just chain grab them. But, I mean, it looks like Marth's punish game is pretty dang good even without guaranteed chain grabs. So I don't know if I'm going to take Umar here anymore. We'll see. Alright. Well, there were a couple of really unfortunate situations where he got stage spike, CAPeM got stage spike, and then SD'd right afterwards to be 2 stocks behind. Otherwise, I think this game would be really close. But if we've seen anything in the past, it's that anything is doable for CAPeM. No lead is insurmountable, and I mean, even though it's 3 stocks to 1, he can take one of these stocks real quick. Oh, that was a good drop-down bear. Not able to net the edge guard, but it was a very good idea, and it netted him some percent. So, okay. Oh, wow, he was able to jump out. I actually didn't expect that. Maybe after the down throw, CAPeM just jumped too slow to cover it, because I'm pretty sure that should still be guaranteed at that percent. And this is precisely where you don't want to be above Umar's Marth. It's very, very scary. Uh-oh. Okay. CAPeM's still living. DI's the throw correctly, but as I said before, even if you DI out, in that situation when you're at high percent near the ledge, if you DI in, you get tip or F smashed. So your only option is to DI out, but if you DI out, then you're still in a bad spot because you go so far away. So good stuff from Umar there. That nets him a game. So now it's 2-1, CAPeM in set 2 of Grand Finals. But as I said before, shouldn't be too down on himself because he gets 2 chances to counterpick. So yeah, let's say this one doesn't work out. He can reevaluate, think about what he did wrong, think about if the stage was the problem, and then go somewhere else if he wants. But he's doing a great job so far. The problem there, he should have done standard get up. Instead, he did roll. He would have punished with standard get up. He probably mistakenly rolled, and instead he got no punish whatsoever. And just like optimizing your play, little moments like that could be the difference between like him having already taken the stock and him now being in a neutral situation again and maybe even losing the stock first. So that's the kind of stuff where you go back and you watch the VODs and you hopefully pick up on those little things. But good cape kill there. We haven't seen CAPeM do too much of that. I think mostly because Umarth has been doing a really good job of sweet spotting his recovery. Because if he doesn't sweet spot his recovery, he is definitely at risk of getting caped and just losing the stock right then and there. Ooh. Really good double down tilt. After the first down tilt, CAPeM saved his jump, but then he just got down tilted again. Ooh. The combo game from Umarth seems to be really good on Mario. Yeah, so there's the standard get up, which is, I think, what he should have done before. And he was able to punish. Not able to get the kill off of it, but definitely punished. Ooh. At this percent, if you're Mario, you just want to, you want to get that grab. Unfortunately, I think he might have missed the full hop there. So he didn't get the fair, which should be guaranteed at that percent. But even when stuff is guaranteed, as the opponent, you can DI in different ways each time, or DI a certain way that's difficult to cover, to at least make life difficult for your opponent, and not just hand them the punish for free. Now, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to punish there off of the slow over 100% get up, but he was able to, so that's something that's good to know for the matchup, I think. We have a super tight game right now. Of course, as I say that, Umar dies. But still, super tight game. Anything can happen. We might see Umar come back. Oh, really good tech. That's really crucial, actually. Don't think he's getting any extra credit off of that, though. Oh my god. If he had recovered from that, he would have been a legend. Ooh, just going right in with the dash attack. That's something that you can do to call out your opponent. If they just keep dash dancing out of your range, and your character has a good dash attack, you can just, while they're on the dash back of their dash dance, you can just dash attack them and say, "Hey, I see you dash dancing there, and I'm just gonna dash attack you." Now, as I was talking about dash attacking, Umar took another stock. With a pretty good combo into a tippered F smash. So, not great DI. Ooh, but great DI on that. Oh man. Now if Umar is able to take this, we have a Grand Final Set 2 Game 5 situation, which is pretty crazy considering Umar's past track record against Colin. Alright, but CAPeM saying, nope, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm just going to close out the tournament right here. And he starts out with a really good combo. He might want to try to... He might be kind of fishing for stuff, which hopefully isn't the case. Actually, it looks like he's playing pretty safe, and that's also the mark of a really good player like CAPeM, is when you don't let the pressure get to you too much. And you keep playing the same playstyle that you have been that got you into this situation, into a good situation in the first place. Okay, so... yeah. That is 2-2. Wow. Super tight set.
1, go!
Alright, after doing a little bit of soul searching, CAPeM decided to take Umarth to Green Hill Zone. We'll see how it works out for him. Hopefully he's not going to play on tilt or anything like that after losing the last game. I don't think he will. I don't think he's that kind of player. He's a very, very intelligent player. Ooh. So, what you saw there is the benefit of Marth's grab range, which is that at the full extent of Mario's forward tilt, Marth was still able to grab him. Oh, okay. Opting for the back throw there, maybe trying to mix up Umar's DI. Oh, the double dunk. Okay. I like these punishes by CAPeM on Umar's recovery. And that nets him the kill with a solid back air. Now, as I've talked about in the past, we'll see how he deals with the situation and how much extra credit he can get. And part of why he would have counterpicked this stage was shown just now, in that there are even more mix-ups on Mario's recovery on a stage with walls, because he can wall jump. And he can mix up a combination of cape, wall jump, and up B to make it really hard for the opponent to know when he's going to come up. Now we've got a really good combo going, tacking on a lot of extra percent on this stock. And, I mean, honestly, because of how much trouble Marth has at that percent to kill, it would have definitely been doable to take even another stock for CAPeM. But that did not happen. And now we are tied in stocks again on Game 5 of a really good set. A really good two sets between these two players. I know whichever player wins is going to be very happy about the result. Because this is our last big tournament for 2015 for the fall quarter at Cal Poly. Oh, wow, he was just able to sneak in with his recovery there. Oh, great cape. I really like the use of the cape there. Yeah, I think CAPeM uses his cape very intelligently. And it should come as no surprise because he's definitely a Mario veteran and a Mario pro. Having been a Doc main in Melee, still plays Doc. And now he gets to play a much better version of his character. Alright. Wow, so I don't know if he intentionally went for that hitbox. I doubt he did, but it worked out. Unfortunately, he died afterwards in another situation. I'm not sure if he tried to actually dash attack there. I'm going to guess it was a tech flub because I'm not sure what he would have been trying to read. But alright, I mean, that sends Marth really low, that down smash angle. So CAPeM is almost a full stock up in the last game of the tournament either way. Because it's Game 5, Grand Finals Set 2. Get hype. These two very good players. Oh man. Let's see if CAPeM can deal with this juggle and get away. Umarth he does such a good job extending his juggles. They're not combos, but rather a series of small 1 to 2 hit strings. Oh man. You know, I really agree with the counter pick. And there we go. That's Grand Finals. You did. That was Game 5.